Hi, we're live backstage, TechCrunch's San Francisco, just after the second batch of Battlefield companies presented. This is Anthony Ha.
Hi.
This is Leena Rao.
Hey.
I'm Colleen Taylor. What did you guys think?
I thought they were all like really solid. I don't know that any of them really totally blew me away, but I thought all of them you could be like, oh yeah, I could use that. That seems like a really solid product. Seems like a good team. Like, you know, they all seem like companies that could go places, but nothing that like made me like want to say like I need to use this right now.
Okay.
I agree. I think Fitikit was probably my favorite because it solved a pain point that I have, you know, personally. When it comes to like trying on clothes and online, I love to buy things online, but you know, I don't necessarily know if it's going to fit. And their technology actually seemed more in depth than some of the other online trying on modeling technologies that are out there. So. And the engineers seem like they're pretty talented Cisco engineers. So, you know, they already have a couple of retail partnerships, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, so Fitikit was the last one actually. So let's back up. We're going to start from the top, but first I got to tell you guys who are watching, you can tweet at TechCrunch, or the hashtag is TCDisrupt, and I'm trying to keep on top of them and read them. There's so many coming in though, because everyone's loving this conference, but I will read them, and if you have any comments about what we just saw.
Except the AC, yeah.
Yeah, it's hot in here. You all who are watching at home, you might want to be happy about that, because here we're all sweating. But apparently we had an update on stage. Something broke with the air conditioning. They're working on it. It should be better tomorrow.
I think that's what, that seems to be
That's
the
what they
promise,
say.
I'm still holding out for somebody taking their shirt off on stage.
That'd be great. Didn't someone volunteer for that on our staff?
Jordan
There's still time.
Is take her shirt off on stage.
There's another panel after this, so it may
Something
happen.
crazy could still happen. So let's start at the top. Okay. Queremos? Who can Queremos?
I think we're all going to slaughter that name.
Queremos was the first company that presented. This was the platform for a concert promotion.
Kickstarter for concerts, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like a really cool idea. I mean, I think like totally you can imagine like having an event, but not knowing if you know, if actually enough people are going to come out, and so it seems like just like the same principle behind Kickstarter, or actually I remember there was another startup that was about like doing like movie screenings in the same way. I think that like seems like a really cool model, and it sounded like they'd already found some success in their home territory.
Right. Yeah, it seemed. I mean, that intro video, they played this intro video showing what they've already done, and they got some pretty cool bands and things who seem to be very enthusiastic about it.
Right, and I feel like we've all, like a lot of us have probably been to like the opposite, where like you've been to a show and like it's just like so sad, and you're just like, oh, I wish like they had, like I wish I had known, and I wish they had known beforehand that it was going to be terrible.
Here we have Alexia Tsotsis, our fearless leader.
Hey guys.
Co-leader.
Hi, our co-leader.
Our co-leader.
Co-editor.
All of the editors are wearing bright colors today. Tomorrow will be our black day.
Right. The editors, you all call each other beforehand.
Did you get the memo? We sent out a memo. I mean, it's AOL, so they probably have like a whole system in their back end for getting all of the staff to dress the same.
I'm sure. There's some sort of bureaucracy there. Cool, so we just finished talking about Queremos. Can you say
Queremos.
I feel like we should just stop.
We should stop trying.
When I sat down, I thought it said queermos. Like, what is
but that's not what it is. That's not what it is.
Right,
It's not what it is. It's a crowdfunding for concerts.
Yes.
I really don't know how big this market is.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, like I was saying that I think it's something I could like see like bands using, but I just don't know like if it's going to be like a big opportunity as a company.
The nice thing is it did get traction. I'm forgetting, was it Brazil? I forget.
Yes,
what
Brazil is where exactly.
So it's already like some of the other startups that haven't launched yet. This one already has, and it has seemed to work. So we'll see, I guess. I don't know if it'll be able to translate into the US. So
right.
And that monetizes with a cut of ticket sales, I guess.
I think that's
they
the
say what
monetization.
percentage. Yeah, it's not compelling. I mean, for me, the real winner in this round was Gift.
Oh, you
yeah.
I really like Gift. I think that founder's extremely tenacious. He actually, tenacity, he approached me at a party and told me that he had applied to Disrupt and gave me a demo of it. It looked like Passbook, sort of. It was really designed well. You could see an Apple buying it. You could see that having an exit. And then they just had a solid presentation. I think there's probably a reason why Google Ventures is already involved.
Yes, they announced on stage.
And 500 startups and a few others, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What did you guys think of Gifts?
I liked it a lot. I think that the only reason I was a little bit skeptical is just because I feel like I've been to so many events where somebody has some sort of like mobile loyalty solution.
Gift card.
But that doesn't mean that it's not gonna. It just feels like I want to like play with it some more before I really like got really excited. Just because I feel like I've like seen the pitch so many times before. But that said, definitely what was on stage felt really solid.
Right.
I think that first of all, the people don't realize, but the gift card market is just so huge. So there's definitely room for a lot of different players to be in the market. But I thought what they were doing that was different was that they were really trying to take everything and put it online and on mobile phones. And whereas some startups are sort of still dabbling in traditional gift cards. And so I think that there's a huge market there. I mean, Facebook acquired Karma a few months ago, and maybe Apple will be dipping its toes into that area with Passbook. So I don't know. I mean, they seem to actually have some good technology there.
They've got a legitimate business model. I think it's just lead gen for these big blue chip companies.
Right.
Right. There's money involved there. So let's go back. So that was Gift. We haven't talked about Impulse Save, which was the second presentation. This is an app to make it easier to kind of save money, to move money into in the same way that you impulse buy, you can impulse save. What did you guys think of this one?
I wanted to. I mean, I did like it. I thought it was like a cool idea. I do think that the metaphor doesn't quite hold up because I mean, an impulse buy. I mean, I think it's more like a guilty pleasure. It's harder to imagine a situation where I'm just sitting there I should just put another $10 in the savings account. That's not quite as normal, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes against some of the just traditional ways that people think about money, but I also think that could be a good thing because it, like Paul Graham in his post yesterday that, everyone kind of has read, was saying that, some of the business models that are the best end up being, or the startups that end up being really successful are the ones that don't really make a lot of sense. And so, not to say that this is going to be the next Mint, but I don't know. I feel like if I got a push notification that was on my mobile phone that was just put $10 into your savings account, I kind of would be tempted to do it, okay,
rather than the stupid.
Yeah, better than buying a pair of shoes. I don't know. There's no shoes that cost $10.
It's like
but
the opposite. I mean, there are plenty of shoes that cost $10. Have you ever been to Walgreens?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's like the opposite of the Groupon push notifications.
And he said that that's how the origin of what he thought about Groupon's app was giving him a push notification, and he was like, why wouldn't we just do this for saving, right?
Right. It seems there's sort of a trend of a lot of these things to kind of push you. Budge is one of these apps, and the new startup just out of Medium? Or no,
that's not.
Obvious. Or no, the Obvious, not Medium, but one of their other.
It's like Lyft.
Is it called Lyft?
It's called Lyft.
Yes, Lyft, the L-I-F-T.
Yeah.
Lyft.
Right, Lyft. Right. And so they're trying to, encourage people to do 10 push-ups or push you to do something that's a positive thing. And so maybe that's this whole idea. But once again, do people want to do positive things? It might be.
I think it's harder.
Aspirational.
I mean, people can still, but I think definitely it's there's a little bit more about uphill battle.
Right. So that was our last time. I'm still reading these tweets. So TC Disrupt. If you have anything to say to us, I'm trying.
Where are people asking questions?
Some of them are asking questions, but a lot of people are just talking about TechCrunch Disrupt. And indeed, Ahmed Siddiqui just wrote. What? Kelsey, right. They're just talking about Disrupt and the heat. But people are also talking about the best startups usually start as epic bromances.
I don't think that's accurate.
That's kind of.
I really don't
think a
women found
bromance
startups as well.
Between the founders?
I guess so.
There's TaskRabbit,
right,
Brit. I mean, there's plenty of women-driven startups. They're not.
So some of us disagree with Ahmed. Let's go to the next one.
The
Paytap.
women among us. Sorry,
I'm being diplomatically silent.
Paytap.
So a lot of in deliberations on this, many people were into Paytap because it's just managing money. But Adam D'Angelo brought up a really good point. He did a great job judging. His point was, if this was any sort of a compelling, profitable thing, more people would be doing it already. So why haven't they?
Is there a way to do? There is a way to do it already.
It seems like it would be very easy to build. Not
That sounds like a David Sachs argument, though. Like, if it were worth doing, it would have already been done. Let's all just pack it up and go home.
Although I feel like I've tried stuff that tries to do something similar, and like it's like that once you get into the actual social mechanics and like getting into like the network effects of getting enough people involved, like that's kind of where they all get kind of tripped up. So like, I feel like it's like I've tried other stuff, but it hasn't like nailed it.
So remind me, like I was a little confused about what Paytap does. It seemed like it was sort of like group bill payment.
Yeah, it allows you to pay bills as a group. So, for example, if you're in a situation where you've got roommates and you all need to pay like the electricity bill, and you're in New York, it costs $500 because you set the AC on high, which is something that we are not doing here, clearly. Let's say you're paying the AC bill for TechCrunch's Disrupt, and it's me and Eldon and Joey and Susan, and we're all trying to pay, and we all have like $1,000 each to pay, and it costs $5,000. That allows you to set up like a direct payment system to the biller and lets you like manage the money from your accounts to them.
Does the person does the biller have to be a member as well?
I'm not sure.
Because I feel like that'll be like a huge, like if the biller doesn't have to be a member, then like I can see it working really well. But if the biller, has to join too, then like, I mean, are you going to say to your like electricity company, hey, like, could you, sign up for this?
I really can't see them making the electricity companies sign up for anything. Because
right. It's just a question of, I guess, whether or not they need to.
Does WePay sort of do something a little bit similar,
I think,
but like this is more focused on bills? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I think there were supposed to be some
bills.
other.
Maybe
I thought there were supposed to be some other applications too, but I don't.
Maybe I'm trying to.
Wow, we did we all had really good.
There are so many.
this
Okay,
one.
let's go to the last. So Fittikit, which Leena already talked about a bit, saying that sounded like it was your favorite. So Alexia Gift was her favorite. Fittikit, Leena seemed to like. Here it's the virtual fitting room.
This is my second favorite. But I have very different. My taste is completely different from what I'm hearing from some other members of the Battlefield team. So I really like Fittikit too. What do you like?
I like it because it solves I was saying earlier, it solves a pain point for me. So like personally, I feel like sometimes I don't know if something's going to fit me online, and there's really I'm a pretty big online shopper, and I don't really find there hasn't been anything that has been able to solve that problem for me. So I think this, if it works well, which I'm not 100% sure about, it could be a good business model, because these online retailers like Amazon or Saks or whatever it is can just license the technology.
Right. June Bruvik said she thinks the tech Fittikit is using is too immature. They need an avatar that really resembles and tailor-fitting standard model.
But what I liked about Fittikit was that it was simple. Like there's like MeFit or something, Fit.me. I don't even know if that's a thing, but there's another like 3D avatar fitting startup, and there were three that applied.
We gotta go back to the stage. I gotta cut you off.
Bye everybody.
We're going to the stage.